Hello and welcome to Game 3 of our Day 2 at the 2020 Nixa Invitational. I'm Ryan Retone alongside Trey Hartwell. Tonight we have for you the Glendale Falcons against the host team Nixa Eagles. Last night these teams both played very easy matchups, it seemed like. Shawnee Mission North Glendale game was a little closer than it should have been, but they let the Indians back into it towards the end of the game. Nixa took a 33 easy victory. It was very boring, however. Trey, what do you think the Eagles can do tonight to advance into the championship game of their own tournament?
You know, we saw these teams play earlier in the season. That was the home opener for Nixa, and they really shot their threes very well. And I think that they're going to go to that tonight. Maybe look for Mason to have a big game, and maybe even Sword Fry. He had a great game last night, only missing once, had 13 points. And, I mean, I'd say that if they go into that and start making threes, I don't see why they couldn't lose.
We should have a good one for you here tonight. Already seen two games. In the first one, we had Carl Junction take the win over Winnetonka. So Carl Junction will play at 12:30. They'll face Shawnee Mission North as they won their game. That was the second game of the night, and they'll play at 12:30 tomorrow. In the seventh place game, we'll have Winnetonka take on Central. They both lost today. They'll play at 11 a.m. That's what we'll kickstart tomorrow's games off with. So we build back here in our first of two semifinals at the 2020 Nixa Invitational presented by Air Services All Service.
Precision is a beautiful thing, but precision you don't even have to think about? That's simply amazing. A new home comfort system from Lennox takes precision to a whole new level. Traditional technology allows for greater swings of temperature between cycles. Single speed and single capacity means airflow is all the way on or all the way off. With precise comfort of a new whole home comfort system, you can keep your home exactly where you want it, even in extreme temperatures. At Air Services, we specialize in high-efficiency systems from Lennox. Get amazing precision from Lennox with a whole home comfort system. Air is life. Make it perfect with Lennox from Air Services.
And welcome back to the 2020 Nixa Invitational Tournament. I'm Ryan Retone alongside Trey Hartwell one more time. We will have this game tonight between Nixa versus Glendale. That's our first semifinal. Winner of that will go to the championship game at 3:30 tomorrow. Our second game tonight will be between the Parkview Vikings and the Mount Vernon Mountaineers. Winner of that game will face the winner of this game, which will set up a pretty good championship game for us this year.
Obviously, the two favorites are Nixa and Parkview right now. Parkview opened up the tournament with a very impressive win over Carl Junction. They scored 26 points in the first quarter, which is something that you don't see in high school. So it looks like Nixa was going to be the obvious favorite coming into this tournament, but Parkview's really emerged as they could possibly win the tournament.
Ironically, about that Carl Junction start, we saw them start so poorly against Parkview, but then they came back and they scored 22 in the first quarter against Winnetonka today. So just a very streaky team. They could go on to win that consolation game. I believe that Cooper and Nathan will be on the call for that one tomorrow. So we're going to have the national anthem, and we'll have a live listen in for the starting lineups. We'll be back in about 3 minutes here at the 2020 Nixa Invitational Tournament, sponsored by Air Services. as we're about to get underway here at Nixa. Your Eagles will be wearing their home whites and will be Eagles on the scoreboard as always. Glendale in their powder blue uniforms. It's pretty loud here, Trey.
It is pretty loud, and that's something that we didn't see last night. Not very many people came out to the game. Even for the Nixa game, there was not this many people.
It's good to see it again. Big one tonight. These two teams did meet on this very floor a few weeks ago. Nixa took that matchup. Aaron Ledgerwood to tip off for Glendale, Jason Jones for Nixa, and we're underway here at this first semifinal, the 2020 Nixa Invitational. Mason goes to Ruffin on the right wing. Ruffin across to Long. Eagles going to slow up a little bit here. Usually see them take a shot by now. Wofford into the corner to Mason. Great skip pass by Wofford. Mason hits the side of the backboard. Not a great start there for the Eagles.
That's what you said earlier. A lot of times they really take a shot early. They try to take advantage of the defense not being ready, but that's something that we didn't see there.
Harrell on the right side. He is the leading scorer of the tournament after day one. He had 23 points last night against Shawnee Mission North. Ball goes into the post to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood not sure what to do with it. He goes out to Crosby. Crosby drives and kicks to Harrell. Harrell drives the lane now up and over Evan Long. That's not something you see very often, despite Evan Long's size disadvantage. You usually see him affect shots there, not allow him to go in.
And he did almost get the steal on the pass to Harrell, and I thought he was about to get that. The ball was just going right to him.
That will be the matchup to look at tonight, is Long versus Harrell. Mason thought about a second three, decides not to shoot it. Now gets his pass over to Ruffin. Ruffin back to Mason. Mason into the corner to Wofford. Wofford goes to Jones around the three-point line. Jones pump fake and drive up and over. No good. Rebound by Long. Tipped out of bounds by Ledgerwood. That'll be Nixa basketball.
It looks like Long was going to go for the putback there, which is something that we saw from him a couple times last night. But the ball was just tipped and still Nixa ball.
We see that out of him a lot. He likes to do a putback off of the rebound. Jones gets the defender up in the air. Can't get the layup to go. Looked like he wanted a foul. Long kicks it out to Wofford for three. No good. Long off the back iron. Rebound by Ledgerwood, but fought for by Ruffin, and we're going to have a jump ball here. Possession arrow does favor Glendale. 6:24 to play in the first quarter. Glendale leads 2-0.
And that was a great play by Ruffin. There's a lot of Glendale players down under the basket. Ruffin, although not by far not the biggest player on the court, he was able to go up and go for the ball.
That was a great play. Although it's still Glendale ball, next jump ball will go to Nix's great hustle play.
That was way better than just letting them have the rebound.
Hill with the ball on the right wing. He also had a pretty big game last night. 17 as he gets the layup to go. He's on the board. Glendale leads 4-0. Not a great start for the Eagles. Going to need to score some baskets here if they want to get back into this game. Well, they're in the game, but was into the corner to Wofford. Wofford pump and drive. Now kick out to Ruffin. Ruffin no good on the three. Eagles just can't get their shooting to go. Wofford on the offensive rebound. He wants a three. No good. In and out. Rebound by Jones. Jones gets the and one to go. Jason Jones kick-starting the scoring for the Eagles. If the Eagles are going to offensive rebound like that all night, then they can afford to take their three-pointers even if they're not falling, because they will eventually fall.
And, yeah, Mason and Wofford are both great shooters, and even Ruffin has shown at times that he can be a great shooter. They just need to get into their rhythm. Once
they get in their rhythm, they're hard to stop. Jones good on his free throw. Eagles cut this deficit down to 1. They're going to pick up on a full-court press here, too.
And they really like to do that, but what we see more is that 3-2 and bring up the three guys and go into the half-court trap, and that really works. Look for them to do that later in the game.
He'll drive through the contact, finishes the layup over top of Wofford. It's now 6-3 Glendale. Yeah, they were in a full-court man there. We saw them do that last night, really hold the pressure off, just kind of put a little bit on. They don't attack very much.
Yeah, just to show the team that you're there and can stop them from getting up past half court.
Mason drives, elbow, jumper is good. Josh Mason on the board tonight. It is now 6-5. Glendale leads by 1, 5:10 remaining in the first quarter. Lowry with the ball, he drives the lane. Have a loose ball on the ground. Great job by both teams there to hustle. Ball into the hand of Harrell, now up to Hill. Hill drives left wing, spin move, no good on the layup. Looked like we might have a travel. He took an extra step out of that spin, I believe, but they'll call a foul. We'll see right here.
I think he took 2 steps because he shot it right after that.
Good call there. We'll have a foul on Caleb Wofford, his first team foul for the Eagles. To the line to shoot 2 is Isaac Hill. Hill short on his first one, no good. Hill is good on his second. Falcons now lead by 2, 4:54 to play in the first quarter. Long with the ball on the right wing, now across to Ruffin. Ruffin back to Long, into the corner to Wofford. Wofford thought about driving the lane, can't find it. Glendale's in a 2-3 zone, I believe, here.
That's hurt Nixa. They just can't seem to drive, but you really want to attack the 3 on a 2-3 zone.
If they can get him falling, that's great for the Eagles. Long gets his own rebound, kicks out to Mason. Mason, no good. Rebound by Ruffin. Ruffin finds Mason the cutter and gets the and one. Josh Mason ties this game up at 7 and can look to take the first Eagle lead of the night with this free throw.
And now Ledgerwood has 2 fouls very early in this game, less than 4 minutes in. He's going to have to check out. Looks like Cooper's going to come in for him.
Cooper was a big factor in their win last night. He really posted up down there and scored a lot of points for the Eagles. Excuse me, for the Falcons. Mason the line. He finishes his shot, his free throw, excuse me. And Nixa now takes their first lead of the night at 8-7. Isaac Hill with the ball. He had 18 last night. 3rd leading scorer in the tournament after day 1. Ball goes to Lowry on the left wing, now back to Harrell. Harrell on the right side to Hill. Fumbled pass there. Scrum on the ground, and it will be a timeout given to Coach Matagu. It looked like it should have been a jump ball. They're going to give Glendale the timeout first.
I don't think that Nixa got a hold of the ball.
Right here. No, they didn't.
Yeah, it looks like Evan just got in there a step too late.
While we have this break, we would like to thank Air Services for sponsoring the NIT, all games in it, letting us stream this beautiful service for you. If your business is interested in supporting Nixa Athletics, call Trisha Chapman at 417-983-0314. Again, that's 417-983-0314. Shivo Crosby to inbound the ball for the Falcons coming out of this timeout. 4:04 to play in the first quarter. Eagles lead 8-7. Crosby inbounds it to Harrell. Harrell now back to Hill. Hill handoff to Lowry. Lowry really being guarded toughly by Ruffin. Eagles extending their man very far out. Crosby picks up his dribble now. Eagles do a great job of putting pressure on. Ruffin gets the steal. Kicks it to Mason. Mason is good on his layup. Did a great job of controlling his body there. And Mason now has 7 points tonight, really showing off. And none of them are off of threes. That's something to look at.
Yeah, he had a layup, then he got an and one, and now he's got that one.
Great move there, up and in for the layup. That was Trayvon Cooper. Long on the left wing. He goes across to Ruffin, now into the corner to Wofford. Wofford for 3. No good off the front iron. Out of bounds off of... They have it off of Ruffin's face. It'll be Glendale basketball. Combs going to check in. Out goes Long.
And Combs is checking in very early here. And this is normally the time that we see Combs check in, but last night he didn't check in until the second half.
Late in the third quarter, really.
Yeah.
And even then he didn't do much. Hopefully he can do something for the Eagles tonight.
He's been a great playmaker all year and one of Nix's top scorers, and he hasn't even started one game yet.
Ball on the right wing, Lowry. He's played great off the bench. I'm thinking Osborne just doesn't want to change it.
It's been working so good so far.
Lowry into the corner for the 3. He knew that one was going in. Glendale now takes the 12-10 lead. Ruffin from the left side to Mason. Mason into the corner to Combs. Most teams play very far off Combs, but Combs is a great shooter. Mason drives the lane, splits the defense, and gets the layup to go. 9 points here in the first quarter, really taking over. This game's all tied up at 12, 2:20 to play. Lowry around 3-point line. Now kicks to Crosby. Crosby drives in, blocked by Mason. Mason's playing amazing tonight.
He's had a few off games so far coming into this tournament. Now he's got 9 points in the first quarter of Nixa's 12. Other than Jones's and 1, he's done all the scoring.
Crosby inbounds this ball up top to Cooper. Cooper no good on the layup. Great job by Mason to keep his dribble there. Now gets it poked away into the hands of Ruffin. Ruffin thought about the pull-up three, goes to Barry, now out to Mason, into the corner to Combs. Combs drive to Mason. Mason behind the back move, and he's gonna get his pass stolen by Hill. Hill out in transition, blocked off the backboard by Ruffin. Great play there by Colin Ruffin. If we can get another look at that one. Great chase down block to not give up on that play by Colin Ruffin. It was a great play by the sophomore Ruffin not to give up on the play. Not his best start to a game, but he's not giving up, that's for sure.
That's something that he brings to the table every night. Even though his best part of his game is his playmaking ability, he's got great defense and he can shoot the ball a little bit. He's just one of the best all-around players.
He's going to draw a foul there on Hill, and it looks like the Eagles' shot blocking ability tonight really affecting some shots. That last possession there, that shot, I'm not sure who shot it, but he shot it way up on the backboard. I'm guessing tried not to get blocked.
And didn't even work. That's not going to go in most of the time.
Mason did check out on that last dead ball. He has 9 points so far for the Eagles, really done the bulk of the scoring. Ball goes into the high post to Barry, now out to Engelman and up top to Combs. A minute 25 to play in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 12 here in the first semifinal of the 2020 Knicks Invitational. Ruffin makes a great pass into the post to Engelman. Engelman gets the and one. It's the Eagles' third and one of the night. They're doing a great job of finishing through contact.
This pump fake really got the defenders in the air, made them play a lot more hurried on the second shot.
Engelman to the line. Eagles have converted both of their and one free throws tonight. No good on that one. Eagles lead 14-12 now, a minute 12 to play in the first quarter. Lowry crosses half court. He had a great game last night too. He's on the left wing, defended by Ruffin. Goes to Crosby. Looks like Glendale has a play here. I think they're going to try to get Harrell for a three. He drives off the left wing, up and over Barry. He's blocked again. Eagles' shot blocking ability really standing out tonight.
I think that was Combs that got to the block, and he can really jump. He's not the tallest player on the team, but he can definitely jump the highest.
I'd say if they tested verticals, he'd have the highest one. Ball into the corner to Engelman. Engelman into the post to Barry. Barry kick back out. Looks like he had positioning there. Ruffin wants the deep three. No good off the front iron. Still haven't seen the Eagles make a three tonight. We're going to have a foul there.
I think they're going to call him on over the back, but that's a late call.
Not sure if we can get another look on that foul. We're going to get one right here.
Yeah, they're going to call him on over the back. It looked a little late to me.
That's why I was wondering what they were calling it on, but if they're calling over the back, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mass substitution here for Glendale. We'll see Klinkenbeard check in, along with a few others. Long, late substitution for the Eagles. Outchecks Ruffin for the first time tonight. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Not his best game so far, but his playmaking ability really helping him here. Ball on the left wing into the hands of Lowry. 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eagles lead 14-12. On the right wing now into the hands of McDonald. McDonald picks up his dribble. 10 seconds to play. Into the hands of Lowry. Lowry puts on a move on Combs. Drives left side. Gets it poked away. Klinkenbeard up with the shot. Blocked by Barry again. 0.6 seconds on the clock.
And Glendale, here we see the block again. It looks like that Barry was lost after the ball was passed, but he just came right back and was able to get above him to block it.
Now 0.6 seconds on the clock underneath the basket. That's something that's haunted the Eagles. there in that Rogersville game. That's how much time was on the clock. They definitely can get a shot off there. Great play there by Engelman to send that one in out of bounds. And it's not going to matter. We're going to go to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Nixa 14, Glendale 12.
And we saw him try to dunk last night. He just couldn't get up high enough. He definitely got up high enough there to block the shot or block the pass away.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget, Mondays at Marco's. Each Monday you can stop in and support the Nixa School District with your purchase. Also, you have one more chance to support the Nixa Theater by attending Drowsy Chaperone. That'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. For more information, as well as tickets, go to the announcements page on the Nixa Public Schools website, and there you will find a link to itickets.com. Mason inbounds to Ruffin, and we're underway here for the second quarter. Eagles lead 14-12. Not the cleanest quarter, but they have the lead still.
It feels like they're up by a lot more than 2 points.
They've had a lot of big momentum plays. Mason drives up and over is good. Josh Mason just really playing amazing tonight, almost outscoring Glendale's entire team. He has 11 tonight.
And only Jones and Engelman have points other than Mason.
Mason doing a great job to score here tonight. Lowry with the ball now over to Hill. Hill drives, makes a pass into Ledgerwood at the last second. It's a great play there by Lowry to get that ball in the air in Ledgerwood. 4-2. Game is back to a 2-point lead for the Eagles. Ruffin on the other end, he goes to Wofford. Wofford back to Ruffin. Ruffin and Wofford just playing catch here. They finally go into the corner to Jones. Jones cross-court pass to Ruffin. Ruffin driving kick to Jones. Jones fakes his pass. Jumper will go. Jason Jones gets his 5th point of the night, and your Eagles lead 18-14.
And Jones using his length, he's so good at those mid-range jumpers. It's just, and you can't block him because he's got those long arms. It's just really hard to stop those.
Crosby with the ball across to Lowry. Lowry inside to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood gets the contact and one over Jason Jones, and it cuts it to a 2-point lead. That'll be Jones's first foul of the night. Second team foul for the Eagles. Third team foul for the Eagles. Sometimes they update the scoreboard really quick here, and then sometimes it takes a little bit. Ledgerwood no good on his free throw. Rebound by Wofford. Now to Ruffin. Ruffin up ahead to Long. Eagles want to push it here. Ruffin back to Wofford. Wofford deep three is good. Caleb Wofford gets his first points of the night on a three-pointer. Eagles now have a 5-point lead. That's their largest of the night so far.
I think that's the largest for anyone tonight so far.
There's that was a double dribble. Hill thought it was tipped. I'm not sure if it was. See if we can get another look at it.
No, he just lost the ball. He tried to pull back on the pass, but he just couldn't do it.
That was a great angle there by Nate. Ruffin drives and kicks to Mason. Mason inside the Long, gets his pass tipped. He'll go somehow into the hands of Jones. A lot of stuff happened there. Jones finds the cutter Long. Long is good on the layup. He'll have his first points of the night. Everything worked out perfectly there for the Eagles. Somehow everyone was in the right place.
That was a great pass and also a great backdoor cut. And Long almost got the steal there, but that was a great backdoor cut from Long.
Ledgerwood no good. Too hard off the glass. Rebound by Wofford. Eagles do have numbers here. He's going to draw it back out. Kick to Ruffin. Ruffin 4-3. No good. Long. Wofford dribbles it back out. Kicks to Mason. Eagles going to slow it up here and run their offense. Over to Wofford, into the corner to Ruffin. Ruffin's not afraid to shoot again. He doesn't hit it. Long gets another rebound. Again, the Eagles can keep shooting as long as they keep getting these offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
They're getting 2 or 3 chances every possession. It was into the corner for Wofford. Wofford jumper won't go off the front iron. Ball out of bounds off of Glendale. be Eagles ball still. That's their 4th chance this possession to score a bucket.
And that looks like that's going to be a big story to the game is their second chance points as Barry's going to check in again.
Out goes Long. Sorgenfrey is going to check in here as well. Ruffin will check out. I haven't seen Sorgenfrey take a shot yet tonight, but he didn't miss last night. He only missed one, actually. He did miss one.
That was probably his best game of the year.
Sorgenfrey inbounds to Mason. Mason wants the quick 3 despite the defender being in his face. Barry got the tip, but the ball went into the hands of Hill. Hill to Harrell now. Harrell's really been shut down tonight, only 2 points. If the Eagles can shut him down, they're in good shape.
That's what they did against Willard. They shut down Abreu, who's their top scorer. He only had, 15 points maybe, which is not a lot for him, and that's really what propelled them to a big win.
Eagles do a great job of limiting the star player. Lowry for 3, no good off the back iron. Rebound by Cooper and up and in. He used that 6'6" frame of his to get up there and get that rebound. Now a 5-point game. Mason up to Wofford, back to Mason. Mason inside now to Jones. Jones fakes the pass up and over. Cooper is good. A little more scoring than we've seen in the past by the Eagles.
And we saw that a lot last night. His mid-range pull-up jumper, like just inside the free throw line, it's just very hard to stop that.
He did have a lot of those last night. Jones finished with 11 last night. Lowry on the 3, he connects this time. Cuts the Eagle lead down to 4. 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Ball goes to Wofford. Wofford thought about the shot, doesn't shoot it, now goes to Barry. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be Eagles ball. We'd like to remind you at halftime not to go anywhere as we will be honoring the 2019 Misha State Championship volleyball team for the Eagles, and as well as we'll have a recap of today's games and looking at tomorrow's game.
And the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Parkview and Mount Vernon later tonight.
Mason was off on that 3, go out of bounds off of Jones. Glendale basketball, they can cut it back down to a 1-possession game. Oh, we should have a pretty good championship game tomorrow night. Next game should be good as well.
Both those teams had very good games. And if Parkview wins, they had a very exciting game in their first game. And Nixa is also capable of having exciting games.
Ball tipped by Sorgenfrey, now gets it inside to Hill. Big block there by Combs and Barry. I believe Combs really got the big block. Jones drives the lane right side. It'll be blocked off the backboard by Hill. Looked like it should have been goaltending. Barry will get the and one anyways. So it really worked out better for the Eagles. Get a look here.
The ball was on the backboard, and it looked like he got more of the backboard than the ball, which should be a goaltending.
We're going to talk it over here. I believe it was a foul on Glendale, or a timeout on Glendale, excuse me. Reminder, stay up to date with Nixa Athletic News by subscribing to our weekly athletic updates on the app and connecting with us on social media. I'd also like to thank the Community Foundation of the Ozarks for sponsoring our live stream tonight. At the break, we'll have Barry at the line to shoot his and one free throw. Eagles lead by 6. Colton Barry, a really big surprise as of late. Came alive in that Kickapoo game and ever since has really been playing well. He hits that free throw. Eagles lead by 7.
And after that Kickapoo game and his scoring 30 points in the JV game, he's just gotten a lot more playing time. That's really what propelled him. He's gotten a lot of confidence recently.
Great defense by the Eagles. Combs goes up ahead to Mason. Mason no good on the layup. Great defense there by Harold to not give up on the play. But as you said, he has seen a lot more minutes too. That might attribute to it. Usually he got in in the last few seconds of a game.
He only came in blowouts, basically. We saw him against Willard later in the game.
Hill goes up top to Cooper. Cooper's good on the layup. He now has 6 points tonight. Mason on the right wing. Fakes the pass to Sorgenfrey. Picks up his dribble now. Not sure where to go. Finally finds Sorgenfrey. Mason drive and kick to Sorgenfrey. Now into the corner to Combs. Combs tries a rare three. No good off the back iron. Jones did a great job to stop that fast break there by tipping out of bounds.
That could have been a very easy 2 points coming down the other way if it wasn't for Jones tipping the ball out of bounds.
Lowry inbounds it to Crosby. Now back to Lowry. Lowry crosses the half-court line and kicks to Crosby. Crosby doesn't really like to dribble. I've noticed that. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen that a little bit.
The offense normally runs through Harrell and Hill, but Jones with another block. Eagles shot blocking tonight has been like none other we've seen so far. Kick out to Sorgenfrey, now to Mason. I don't think we've seen this many blocks in a game from the Eagles all year.
I think we're at 7 now, and it's not even halftime yet.
I'm not sure if they've had 7 in the past 3 games, to be honest. Mason drives, elbow jumper, no good. He's kind of gone cold here in the second quarter after having 9 in the first.
And they've put, looks like Harrell was on him, or it might have been Lowry, but they've just been shutting him down.
Harrell, three-pointer off the screen. Whoa, nobody around him, way off left. Very off shooting night for him. Combs on the other end. Goes across to Sorgenfrey. Sorgenfrey finds Combs now. Eagles need to attack this zone with some three-point shooting. Not been hitting many shots tonight. I'm sure that'll change as the game goes on, though. We're under a minute here to play in the second quarter. Eagles lead 28-23. Great pass by Combs to find Barry, but a block by Cooper. The big play there by Glendale, and they can cut it down to a one-possession game going into halftime.
That'll be big going, because Nixa's had most of the momentum for most of the game, and that's going to be big if they can get a buzzer beater or something to go down here.
It would cut it to a one-possession game. They'd go into halftime with all the momentum. Crosby picks up his dribble now. Goes over the top. Combs almost got out in transition. Instead, Sorgenfrey will. He's good on the layup. Would have been a little more exciting if Combs would have gotten out in transition. But the Sorgenfrey layup works, and the Eagles lead by 7. 10 seconds to play in the second quarter. Ball into the hands of Lowry on the left side. 6 seconds to go. He drives right, kicks to Crosby. Crosby gets his shot blocked into the stands by Barry. Another big block by the Eagles. Wofford, Long, and Ruffin will check into the game for the Eagles. 1.8 seconds to play here.
That's been a big part of Barry's game, is his shot blocking ability. He's had a lot of blocks recently since kick two.
Crosby gets it into Harrell. Harrell, step back three, no good. And the Eagles will go into the halftime leading 30-23 over the Falcons. Remember, stay tuned as we do have the Volleyball State Championship honoring here at halftime. Welcome back to tonight's first semifinal of two between the Nixa Eagles and the Glendale Falcons. We got some live replays here for you. We hope you enjoyed that presentation of the 2019 State Volleyball Championship team. Trey, you want to talk over some of these?
Yeah, I don't know what this one is. Yeah, the Mason pull-up, and that's really what's been helping them a lot is those elbow jumpers.
Mason and Jones elbow
yeah,
jumpers.
Mason and Jones. That was a foul.
That was the one we thought he traveled on.
And there's one of the and ones.
He's had 4 of those tonight. Really big plays for the Eagles.
And there was a great hustle play by Long, even though they got a timeout.
Great play by Mason there to control his body and get the layup to go. It was a great play there.
Yeah, and there was another layup from Mason.
How many does Mason have tonight?
There was one of the blocks. They've had about 7 or 8 blocks tonight. We just haven't seen that yet this year until now.
That was a great play by Mason there to keep his dribble alive, even if it was a little hectic.
I don't even know how Ruffin ended up with the ball in that possession.
There were a few possessions. Here's the great block by Ruffin. Hustle plays for the Eagles really put them apart tonight.
And he's definitely, here's an and one from Engelman. And Ruffin's definitely not the tallest. He's about 6'1", but he can really jump.
He can.
There's a Barry block.
I think Barry has 3 or 4 on his own. I'm not sure where we would credit him and where we wouldn't, but he definitely has 3.
There's Engelman's block that I think that sent it into the second quarter.
That into the first quarter. Great play there by Ledgerwood, the 6'8" sophomore. Wofford 3 really got things going for the Eagles, and that's how they have the 7-point lead here.
That was a great play as soon as he picked up the ball. I thought it was tipped live until we saw the replay there. That was a great replay.
That was a great camera angle right there. That play was so hectic. We've seen a few of those. I don't know how the Eagles have been in the right position. They just have.
And we didn't see another Jones pull up, but we didn't see what happened before that. There was a bunch of stuff going on.
No. Lowry 3, that's been the story of the night for him. He only has 2, but that is his strong suit. Look to see more from that from Glendale in the second half. Oh, they cut off the block there. It was a great play. Oh, I think we're going to see it right here.
Yeah, there it is.
That was Combs on the block. And the Eagles get a layup there off of that. No, they did not get a layup there.
That was where
Barry and one.
Yeah, it was right there that we thought that it was goaltending.
Another block. This entire highlight reel has really been blocks, it seemed like.
There's another block. Both teams have really been going at it on the inside.
They have. We thought we were going to see a Combs dunk there. We'll settle with the Sorgenfrey layup, though. 15 seconds to play. Closed out the first half. But here's the biggest play right here.
Great play by Barry. He's done that a couple times, get out in the corner. And he doesn't defend out in the corner very often, but he's able to hit the blocks whenever he has to.
And after that long extended halftime, we'll be back soon. We'd like to thank the Nixa Educational Foundation for buying us a camera. They have a play coming up, The Art of Murder, February 22nd, 2020. Doors open at 5:30. Get tickets at nixaeducationfoundation.net or by calling 417-724-6270. Tickets are $5. Includes dinner and a ticket to the show. It'll be at the Python Castle. We're back underway after that extended halftime. It'll be Glendale ball coming out of the half. Crosby going to inbound it there for the Falcons. We saw a great first half of basketball. If you're an Eagle fan, they lead by 7.
And the big thing was blocks, but they also didn't foul. They had 3 fouls and about 8 blocks. That's just something that you don't see very often.
Glendale's running a set play coming here out of halftime. A lot of teams like to do that. But yes, we didn't see any really fouls. Ball thrown away into the hands of Wofford. Up ahead to Mason. Mason pump fakes to get defender Hill up in the air and will get fouled, send him to the line to shoot too.
That was a very smart play. He could have easily gone up for the layup there. That's what a lot of people are going to do, go for the layup, but a lot of the times it's going to get blocked or get affected in some way.
Mason good on his first free throw. Now has 12 points for the Eagles. Opens up the scoring tonight as well in the second half. Mason good on the second as well. Eagles lead by 9 now, their largest of the night. Lowry on the left wing. And that turnover there at the end of the half that caused the Sorghum Fry layup didn't look big at the time, only made it a 7-point game, but now you're coming out of the half and it's a 9-point game, and Nixa has the possession arrow. Things start to add up and it really looks good in favor of Nixa as we get a steal here. Long on the other end goes to Mason. Mason hop step into the layup is good. Josh Mason 15 points now. Timeout. Coach Matagi wants to talk it over as Nixa now leads by 11, their largest of the night. 7:18 to play in the third quarter.
And again, he got the pump fake to get the defender off his feet, and that was a great play by Long to give him the ball. But what you were talking about earlier with the momentum from Sorghum Fry's layup, I think what really gave him a lot more momentum was Barry's block right at the end of the half.
That did help as well. We would like to take this time to thank you to Air Services, All Services, for sponsoring the 2020 Nixa Invitational Tournament. Also, coming up tonight, we will have Parkview take on Mount Vernon for a trip to the championship game on the line. Will be Glendale ball. Eagles pick up a full court press. First time we've seen this all night. Or not, excuse me, not all night, since the first quarter, rather.
And it looks like they're going to go in a zone instead of what they were doing.
Half-court trap, which is what you've talked about in virtually every game.
Yeah, they're in that 3-2. They really like to run that. It causes a lot of turnovers.
Does Hill inside to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood finds Harrell. Harrell only 2 points tonight. Great block there by Jones. Again, Eagles not allowing anything on the inside. Pushed up ahead to Long, now to Ruffin. Ruffin to Wofford. Wofford gets the screen from Mason. Shoots the three. He's good. Caleb Wofford from NBA range. And he hits his second three of the night. 6 points for him. Eagles lead by 14, really expanding this lead here.
They're on a 7-0 run to start the second half. Only a minute and a half played, a little less.
It's been a great start to the second half, and exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Osborne. Ball into the hands of Harrell, now across to Lowry, into the corner to Crosby. Crosby goes back to Harrell. He drives left side and gets blocked again by Jones. Ball sent off the backboard into the hands of Jones. Eagles have a 3-on-2 here. Jones into the corner to Mason, now to Wofford for 3. Wofford is good. Eagles now lead by 17. Great basketball being played here by Nixa, and Glendale needs another timeout. This time will be a full, so we'll be back in about a minute here at Nixa. Again, don't forget, Mondays at Marco's. Each Monday you can stop in and support the Nixa School District with your purchase. Again, that's Mondays at Marco's. Ball inbounded to Lowry. Eagles really coming out on a hot start. They went on a 10-0 run to start the third quarter.
And there's only 2 minutes played in the third quarter right now.
We've seen big quarters be the story of the year for the Eagles. Ball goes into Ledgerwood. He gets the layup to go, finally breaks the scoring drought of 2 minutes for Glendale. They've scored 23, 24 points, but usually we see that in the fourth quarter. Eagles starting it in the third quarter here, and that's looking great.
They really like their second half run.
They do. Jones pump fake, now tries to draw contact, can't get it, the layup to go. Rebound by Ledgerwood. Eagles defense still swarming him though. One thing we saw that we haven't really saw all year this year on that last play is Mason gets the steal and we'll have a double dribble called. We'll see if that ball was tipped. Not gonna have the greatest angle to tell right here.
I can't really.
Could have gone either way. It was
Yeah.
a little laggy up here. As I was saying though, we saw the Eagles be completely in sync on that last play. Just the way they moved that ball all the way around to find that Wofford three, it was beautiful, really.
And it came off the fast break too. And,
Lowry gets the layup to go. Cuts the lead down to 13 now.
and it came off the fast break, and a lot of teams try to go inside off fast breaks, but if you have a shooter like Wofford who can hit him, I don't know why you wouldn't go for it.
Jones kicked out to Wofford for three. Caleb Wofford good again. He now has 12 points, catching fire here for the Eagles. 3 threes in the second half, and we're not even 4 minutes into the game. Or 4 minutes into the third quarter. Steal by Ruffin. Ruffin up ahead now. He goes up for the layup, gets the body contact, and one. He gets the foul from Hill. Eagles really just looking unstoppable right now. It's kind of amazing.
It was just a 7-point game to start the second half. It's almost 20 now.
That's Hill's third foul. He's one of their main scorers, had 17 last night. Eagles have really held him tonight, only 5.
And if I was Coach Osborne, I would try to get a play to go to, just go right at Hill, try to get him out of the game early.
Yeah, they're going to let him play here. Ruffin good on his second. You don't see very many coaches let him play with 3 fouls, but I honestly agree with this because you can't use him if he's on the bench, but if he fouls out, you can't use him either. So,
And you're down by 19 points. You need to do something.
he'll kick out to Crosby. Crosby drives right side, blocked by Mason.
I think that's 11 blocks now in the game.
Yeah, we do have a lot. Mason, great move there. Gets the jump shot to go. This lead is up over 20 at 21. What a move by Josh Mason there. Glendale's coach needs another timeout. He only has 1 remaining now, and there's still 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
That's not a very good time to only have 1 timeout left, and Barry's going to check in here.
Eagles lead 48-27 with 4:08 to go in the third quarter. We would like to remind you one more time that the Nixa Theater has 1 more night left in their play at Drowsy Chaperone. That'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. For more information as well as tickets, go to the announcements page on the Nixa Public Schools website, and there you will find a link to itickets.com where you can buy tickets for tomorrow night's production at 7 p.m. We're back here, 4:07 to play in the third quarter. Nixa leads 48-27. Really explosion of offense here. Crosby tries the rare 3, no good. Rebound by Ruffin. Eagles can just extend this lead even more. We had Barry checking it that last time out. Ruffin, great pass to Mason. Mason into Barry. Barry can't handle that. Steal by Ledgerwood there. Would have been a great play. Great look by Mason.
I don't think Barry expected the pass to come to him.
Mental mistake there by Glendale. And when you're down by 7 going into halftime, and all of a sudden it's a 21-point lead game with 3:42 to go, you've got to expect some mental mistakes. That's a little rattling. Ruffin on the right wing, now to Mason. Mason drives up and over the 6'8 Ledgerwood, no good. Tip out by Barry, great play to Ruffin. Ruffin finds Mason inside. Looks like he could have hit Wofford for a wide open three. I saw you pointing that out. Mason driving kick to Ruffin. Now to Sorgenfry in the corner. No one around him. He's good. TJ Sorgenfry for three. Eagles now lead by 24.
I don't even know what Glendale can do at this point to stop Nixa. They're just on fire. They can't miss right now.
No. Wofford, great defensive play. They'll tag him with a foul. We're going to have Combs check into the game here. We could see something exciting from him here.
That's what we've wanted for most of the second half so far.
Crosby inbounds this ball to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood got Barry up in the air. Will get the and one to go. They'll call body contact there. He didn't really go down on him, but they'll tag him with a foul.
That's going to happen a lot of the times whenever you're able to get the pump fake and get the defender up in the air.
Yeah.
You saw that right there.
Barry got him on the body a little bit down there. Ledgerwood to the line, get his and one. He has 8 points, now 9 tonight for the Falcons. Checking into the game will be number 50. That's Trayvon Cooper. Ruffin on the right wing now, crosses half court, kicks to Combs, now back to Ruffin. Eagles doing a great job of tearing up this zone. Combs back to Ruffin. Ruffin inside to Barry, now to Sorgenfry, who goes back to Ruffin. Ruffin drives left side, splits the double team, doesn't get the shot to go. They'll tag Barry with an over the back foul there. Eagles already have 21 points in this quarter. Trey, they already have 21 points in this quarter, and there's still 2:33 to play.
That's something that we saw Parkview. They had 26 in the first quarter last night. So we might see something like that from Nixa.
Crazy shot there by Carter Harrell. That's his first point since the first half, and a big reason why the Eagles lead by 19 here.
I think that he was the first to score for Glendale. That's his first
He
point
was.
since the first.
Well, into the corner to Mason. Mason wants the quick trigger three. He's good. Josh Mason extends this lead to 22. Harrell wants to push it back up ahead. Lowry over to Crosby. Crosby back to Harrell off the screen. Couldn't find the three. Now to Killian, back to Lowry. Lowry drive left side, blocked by Barry again. More blocks there for the Eagles.
And I think he's got 5, maybe even 6 blocks just from Barry alone.
Mason to Sorgenfry, 2. Ruffin for 3, no good. Ruffin just can't seem to find a stride, and they're going to tag Barry with another over the back foul. It's going to be Barry's third foul. Collard and Engelman check into the game now. I believe this is the first time Collard's checked in tonight.
And he used to be a starter, and since Ruffin started starting, he really hasn't played much, but this is the first time. That's a very rare sight. We normally see him checked into the second quarter.
Harrell crosses the timeline, now goes to Klinkenbeard, now back to Lowry and into the corner to Harrell. Harrell finds Killian. Killian back to Harrell. Harrell drives back out, kicks to Lowry. Lowry layup won't go. Rebound by Collard. Very tough rebound there. Looked like we could have had an over the back foul there on Cooper. Combs to Mason. Mason back to Combs. Combs to Sorgenfry in the corner. Sorgenfry thought about the three, doesn't shoot it. Mason back to Combs. Combs will shoot the three. He's up short. Gets his own rebound though. Combs back up top to Mason. 53 seconds to play. Mason spin moves. He'll get a travel there.
If he would have went up with the shot right after he spun, there wouldn't have been called a travel. But once he stopped with the ball, they're going to call that a travel. He took 2 steps.
I think he was expecting to get the foul there just by spinning in there. It's very close to being good.
Yeah, if he would have just released the shot just a split second earlier, that wouldn't have been called.
Eagles lead by 22 here. They've scored 24 in the third quarter. Errol, free throw line, now dribbles it back out to the three-point line. 33 seconds to play in the third quarter. Ball goes to Killian. Killian back across to Klinkenbeard. Klinkenbeard gets A little bump there. Now going to drive the lane and get the layup to go. Back to a 20-point game. Mason crosses half court, 14 seconds to play. He'll go for the last shot here. Mason, drive right, kick to Engelman, now to Sorgenfrey in the corner. Back to Engelman. Engelman has a little trouble with the pass, goes back to Sorgenfrey, 2 seconds to play. Step back three won't go. And that will end your third quarter. Nixa Eagles 54, Glendale Falcons 34. Ruffin inbound the ball here. Big story of the night. Nixa scores 24 in the third quarter, and now they lead by 20. Sorgenfrey goes to Ruffin on the right wing. Lob play up to Combs. Didn't work. Goes out of bounds. Would have been a big play there for the Eagles. Not sure what they wanted there, a little argument. Ball goes to Harrell now. Harrell drive the lane, and I believe we're gonna have a jump ball. Ruffin goes back to Jones. Jones goes back to Combs. Combs spins between the legs over to Ruffin. Ruffin kick to Jones. Ball lost into the hands of Crosby. Crosby now goes inside to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood up and over is good. Jones to Ruffin. Timeout Osborne. Mason inbound this ball. Glendale kind of storming back a little bit. They went on a little run there. Eagles tried to do that lob play, didn't work. Mason kicks to Wofford in the corner. Wofford had 3 threes in the last quarter. He tries another one, comes up short. Offensive rebound by Jones, out of bounds, will be Glendale basketball.
Well, looks like Nixa were just trying to get some momentum. Even though they had all the momentum going, they were just trying to get something going to get the fans up on their feet. And that just hasn't worked so far.
If he could have hit that, it really would have been something. Well, it was inside to Ledgerwood, and we'll have a foul here. Not sure if we can see that again, see what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like they got him on the reach in, yeah.
Ball goes over the top. Jones does a great job to hustle and get it. Euro step and the layup's good, despite Ledgerwood trying to chase down, block him. Ball goes into Lowry now. Eagles only lead by 18 now. Glendale's really cut into it a little bit.
They were leading by 24 at one point.
Ball goes into the corner to Isaac Hill. Hill back to Crosby. Crosby over to Hill, now to Lowry. Lowry puts a great move on. Step back three is good. Carter Lowry, great play there. It's only a 15-point game all of a sudden.
They have a chance to come back right now.
Mason kicks up to Jones. They're going to leave Jones wide open here. It really seemed like he should have pulled up and hit a mid-range.
And he's got the quickness to get in there before anyone comes up and guards him.
There's actually no man on Jones there. He's trying to tell him. Ball into the corner to Wofford for three. No good long. Rebound by Ruffin. To Jones now. Jones up and over the Ledgerwood, and it's good. Jones was calling for that ball the entire possession. His man had completely forgot about him. Wofford with the steal now. He's out in transition. Euro step won't go. They'll say it's blocked by Crosby. Eagles ball. Looked like he wanted the contact and the foul there. Won't get it.
Yeah, he tried to get into him on the fast break. Just tried to go into him on the contact, but they're not going to call it.
Jones lost again. Won't go. Rebound by Cooper. Up ahead to Lowry now. Ball goes to Lowry. Lowry, wild shot. Won't go. Rebound by Jones. Jones now to Long. Looked like it was more of a steal there than anything. Jones into the corner to Wofford. They completely forgot about Wofford. He decided not to pull that, though. Jones dribbles it back out. 4:52 to play in the fourth quarter. Jones thought about pulling up mid-range, kicks it back out to Ruffin, now to Mason. Mason wants the three and is good. Josh Mason, 23 points tonight, really exploding for the Eagles. Mason had 11 last night, so with his 23 tonight, he has 34 points in this tournament tonight. Setting him up pretty well, nicely to be the leading scorer.
Yeah, and he will probably be the leading scorer leading scorer in the tournament after this night.
Mason drive left wing, looks like he was getting held there. Glendale brings a double team, leaves Wofford wide open for three. He chooses to drive instead, makes a great pass to Long. Long dribbles it back out, 4 minutes to play. They find Mason for three, and Mason is good again. Josh Mason, 26 points. He just keeps raining the tray ball. And the Eagles have a 23-point lead again.
And if he
Harold, drive left wing.
If he played like this in the second quarter, he only had 2 in the second. He could easily have broken the record for most points in the single game.
Ruffin on the left side now. He'll drive, go behind his back. Now crossover finds Jones. Jones drives right wing, and he'll get fouled by Cooper. It'll be Cooper's second foul of the night. Third team foul. Eagles going to clean their bench out here. Jones good on his first. Everyone but Mason and Jones will check out for the Eagles. Jones will check out after this free throw, barring a make. Looks like Osborne's going to give Mason the chance to get up over 30, which would put him on the all-time scoring list for the tournament in a single game. Jones no good on his second. Eagles lead by 22, 65-43. Ball tipped, given into the hands of Combs. Combs drive lane kick to Mason. Mason for three. No good long. Rebound by Engelman. Engelman to Sorgenfrey right now to Mason. Mason thought about the three. Now jab, step, and drive. Gives it to Combs now. 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Goes to Jones now. Jones driving kick to Mason. Mason jumper will go. Josh Mason now has 28 points here tonight. Has a great game.
And he only needs a three-pointer, and he'll be up on the list with 31 points. And if he just makes just a regular jumper, he'll be on the list with 30.
Ball across to Will McDonald. Now inside to Cooper. He's not going to get the chance to do it here, as he's going to be subbed out, I believe. We have 2 subs at the table. Foul will be on Jason Jones, his 3rd. Out goes Jones and Mason, but what a night by Josh Mason. 28 points, quite the effort. Ball up top to Combs. Combs going to get out in transition here. Layup won't go. Rebound by Klinkenbeard. Combs just having a tough time getting to the flow of the game tonight. No points for him. Ball up ahead to Killian. Killian for 3, no good. Rebound by Combs. Combs spins to get the defender off of him. 2:15 to play in the 4th quarter. Combs gives it to Collard now. Collard back to Combs. Combs being double teamed. He dribbles it out, gives it to Barry at the 3-point line. Barry now to Engelman. Engelman into the corner to Sorgenfry. Collard drop step up and over, gets blocked by Cooper, which is fitting for with how many blocks we've seen tonight.
I've lost count of how many blocks we've had combined.
Lowry's 2nd free throw, no good. Rebound by Cooper. Tipped into the hands of Engelman. Under 2 minutes to play here. Looks like Nixa will be moving on to play in the championship game tomorrow at 3:30 against the winner of the next game. We'll have a foul here. Not sure who they're going to whistle that on.
I think they're going to call it on Lowry.
Be Lowry's just first of the game. Ball crossed all the way over to Sorgenfry. Sorgenfry back to Barry, now into the corner to Sorgenfry. Minute 32 to play. Coming up next, we will have Parkview versus Mount Vernon. Me and Trey will have that one for you. We'll have a pregame analysis along with a talk about how the day went coming up before the next game. That is Parkview versus Mount Vernon. Combs drives left, a minute to play. Nixa not really looking to score here. Klinkenbeard's going to get the steal. Blocked out by Combs, but they'll call it a foul. A minute to play even. And that foul will go on Combs. We'll see if the Eagles go back down there and try to score on this next possession. They were just trying to run out this clock. Glendale still playing tough defense, got the steal. So we'll see if Nixa chooses to go down there and score next possession.
I think everyone really wants to put Mason in.
Rebound goes into the hands of a Falcon. Klinkenbeard doesn't get the layup to go. It's blocked again by Barry. Ball goes out of bounds. I believe they're going to say Nixa will retain possession. They do. Was that Barry in there on that block again?
I think that was Engelman.
It was Barry. Oh, no, it was Engelman. It was Engelman, excuse me. Combs crosses half court, 47 seconds to play, goes to Engelman. Engelman gets his pass tipped out of bounds. I thought maybe that went out off of Engelman.
It looked like he went to grab it, but didn't grab it.
Ball into the corner to Sorgenfry. Sorgenfry pump fakes. He looks like he wants to score here. Now to Engelman. Engelman driving kick to Sorgenfry. Sorgenfry drive left swing. Chooses not to shoot, goes inside to Collard. Collard gets his first points of the night. And the Eagles now have 69 points, leading 69 to 45 over the Falcons. Goes to McDonald. McDonald comes up short on the 3. Can't get my words out there. Sorgenfry slows this up, 18 seconds to go, up to Engelman. that'll do it for us here at Nixa, barring anything crazy. Nixa moves on to the championship game tomorrow at 3:30. Coming up next, we'll have Parkview and Mount Vernon.